gonna get lost in here. NAPS Motorcycle Supply.
3, 2, 1, go!
What is up, guys? It is your least favorite motovlogger, Brian636. Today is the 7th day I have been in Japan, and today we are in Yokohama. There's a pretty good sized stunt scene here, almost as big as Tokyo's, to be honest, and this city is like 1/10 of the size. Today I'm on this beautiful 2001, I was told, 954 in just OEM stock condition besides the exhaust. Like we said before, this is really common with Japanese bikes. They keep them OEM and they're just stupid clean. I haven't rode a 954 in like 8 years. It's the middle of the afternoon and we have a super special treat for you today. We are going to the world's largest motorcycle parts store. So everything from helmets to jackets, OEM parts to tires, aftermarket brakes, you name it, they got it. And I guess it puts anything that we have in the United States to absolute shame. We have a huge variety of bikes with us today, from 250s down to 125 dirt bikes that I've never seen before in my life, from Groms to 636s that we get to see on the daily. Of course, we got an FZ and a 250L, but I think I'm going to be switching between the Grom and the 954. I'm super excited to go check out this shop and a little bit of the daytime scene and what we can really do out in these streets out here now that we got away from Tokyo for the day. Let's go to NAPS Motorcycle Store. I'm ready. Very cool, very exciting. You're excited? Yeah. Let's do it. Thank you for letting me ride the 954. Okay. He says no burnouts, no burnouts. He has good tires on it.
Hi to
yeah, say hi.
No.
Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Hello. Ohio. Ohio. Now we go NAPS Motorcycle Store.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it. World's biggest. What's the name of this bike again?
This is D-Tracker 125.
Kawasaki D-Tracker 125. Another one of the bikes that I don't think we got in the US, man. Rare bike. All right, let's see what we got going on. 954. Oh man, is that touchy? Yeah, come on. Let's go look. Come on. It's the tuning. Japanese style, Japanese culture. We've seen a couple of these bikes so far, but the crazy seat, these 400 inline fours that they it's pretty cool. Wild bars. Yakuza. A lot of these guys say the Bokuzo or the Bokuza, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, are associated with the Yakuza, the Mafia. So a lot of these guys do not want to go see. They're very scared of guys that have the dark colored hoodies and tattoos. Very scared of them. Let's do it, baby. World's largest motorcycle store with some good old boys from Japan. The motherland of these bikes, baby. I'm finally kind of acclimated to the time. I got almost 7 hours of sleep last night, so I'm actually pretty well rested. For the first time in a long time, boys. 954 is so touchy. It's got the Chinese eBay clutch lever on it. A lot of FZs and MTs out here too, just like America, man. Whoa, and these guys are already off doing wheelies. Let's go, 09 to 12 ZX6R with a Cox mini cage, or no, that's a Cox full-size cage and sub cage. I love it, man. Stock tank, pretty cool. Let's go, man. This thing's sick. Yokohama, man, just when we drove in here, you can tell how industrial this city really is. Like, this is a huge shipping hub about an hour south of Japan. And I guess their motorcycle and bike scene here is pretty infamous within Japan. This is another thing that I haven't seen before until I saw Japan. This is called a Ninja 250 Lite. It's just a skinnier version of a regular Ninja 250. It's an inline 4. My dude. Pretty cool. Man, is it windy. This is like their lower whacker, man, except it's really clean. I can actually get some traction on the bike. These guys are keeping the right lane. The right lane here is for passing, just like our left lane is. 250L, man, the matching shoes. A little bit of bike life. Yeah, this foot brake is not working how I'd like it to be honest. It's barely really there. That's why I'm not really dropping pack and doing coasters. This, I mean, for anyone who doesn't know stunt history and what this bike did for stunt riding, I'm not going to put it at the level of F4Is and 636s, but this was definitely an extremely infamous bike right there with the 929 that a lot of stunt riders, especially in the early 2000s, were gravitating towards. It had an all-metal gas tank, extremely easy to work on, good brakes, and it had a lot of power for the size of the bike. Wild, man. I'd be so lost if I didn't have one of these guys with me. I really would, man. The maps here are just really hard for my American mind to follow, to be honest. In between the lanes being all different and like literally nothing being in English, it's really hard for me to understand.
You see the cops?
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
I was wheeling.
You were wheeling by the cops? Naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty boy. That's so cool that these came stock. So cool. Oh, I know what it's for. I know what it's for. That was a huge common mod to the 954s. I very rarely see a 954 without a steering dampener, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. That's probably why he doesn't want me doing rolling burnouts and fast stoppies. He said, no, Yokohama Bayside Marina. Yeah, this whole city is surrounded by bays, and it's just a huge shipping hub, for sure, you can tell. Gotta get footage of the guys that get footage of you, man. That's how this works. Get footage of your friends, people. Damn! Got some nuts on her. You like that? This 954 sounds good on the rev limiter. Oh, NAPS, motorcycle supply. Damn, that is a huge warehouse, man. Oh, buddy. Yeah, look at that, man. Motorcycle supply, NAPS. Yeah, it looks about the size of like a Walmart supermarket or something. 3 stories, this big. Got a little sporty in here. Whole bunch of scooters I don't recognize, R25s. Oh wow, this is one of those Yamaha 3-wheelers, dude. That is so sick. More just beautiful JDM motorcycle culture here. A GS 1200 SS, sick. Is that an old Cub? What is that, a 636 anime? Wow, that's crazy. That's a good looking bike. Very nice. Very nice. I've never seen an anime 636.
You like it?
Yeah. Very crazy. Let's do it. Oh, wow. So they got their little service center. This is where they work on all the bikes, huh? That's cool. I didn't know they did service here too. Hangout lounge. All biker stuff. Second floor, shop in. We got some sales going on. Oh man. And of course, we have a Suzuki 250 two-stroke on display. These 250 two-strokes have a really special place in Japanese culture. With an NSR 250 on display, like what we rode yesterday. This isn't an NSR though, Suzuki. Wild with the one ram air. Oh my good God. We're gonna get lost in here. Motorcycle mirrors. Phone case mounts. Some exhausts. This is all parts for the new CT 125. Kawasaki 750 in just mint condition, 1992. Asking 1.4 million yen. Oh my God, look at all the Brembos and rotors. You got your 14s, your 17s, your 16s, your 19s. Looks like you got about everything, man. You can come here and get a Brembo same day, just like Misguided. Except this has like 1,000 times more parts. I'm not sure what kind of masters these are. Gal speed, suspension, all types of good stuff for your Z900s. More exhaust. Here's some exhaust for like a NR or an NSR 250 or some type of 250 two-stroke sport bike. Inline 4s, inline 3s, MT09 pipe. Come get an MT09 pipe the same day, guys. Holy moly. Yeah, we're gonna get lost in here really quick, man. You'd spend all your money really quick, fellas. I think Japan just has more riders in general because so many of the big names, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Suzuki, are all based out of here. And they have so many OEM parts just readily available. Saddlebags, all your stands. Pretty wild. Very big selection. Some of your basic tools. Oh, and why wouldn't they have 2 CTs, man? My favorite front tire ever. 120/70/17. The best. You ever want to roll stoppies, man? This is it. Pretty good price. 46,000 yen for 2 tires. You can normally move the decibel spot about 2 spots to make an American and then a little bit less. So it'd probably be right around 380, something like that for both front and rear. For your Supermoto or 250, since this is a 160. More odds and ends, and just Tire Central Station over here. Whatever tire you want, they got it. Dunlop Sport Max, Road Smart, Pirelli Angels. I feel like Dunlop has a really heavy presence here in Japan. I've seen so many banners and stuff like that. The GP300s, this is what we always recommend for stunters in the back. We always have a bunch of these at our shop. These and 2 CTs. Just good tires for doing burnouts and being consistent. Pilot Power 5s. Beautiful, beautiful. I used to run those on the track. More just tires, man. You just walk through here and grab whatever. You want some screw tires? You need it right now? Come here, grab it. Boom. They install it for you down below. Pretty comparable. I would say it's a lot bigger than like an American CVS here, but maybe not quite the size of like a Home Depot or a Walmart, but it's pretty substantial, man. Oils, gloves, boots. I don't even know what this shell coming in metal canisters for oil. A lot of brands that I don't recognize, and then of course there is some brands that I do. Micro, your detailing center over here. Holy brake pads. This is a different brand brake pad that I've never really seen, Daytona, but it looks like they have everything for every type of bike ever made. Those look like F4i brake pads. So many brake pads are so similar to size that some can work on others even if it doesn't list it. You come in here with a freshly opened credit card, man, you'll get in trouble. Get in trouble real quick. Luggage racks. More just sport touring. How could I forget about helmets, man? Look at all these helmets. Arai has a really big presence. Arai, Shoei, lots of Shoei. Arai. I'm surprised I haven't seen any Icon. Not much Icon. Shoei and Arai just dominating. Simpson, there's Bell. Carbon fiber Bell. 52,000 yen. It's about a $450 helmet. Some Simpson for all you Harley boys from California. There's no Icon. Why is that?
I don't know.
Icon is really big in America, but I've noticed that when I went to Sweden, they had, I think it was called Star or something like that, and it was like a Sweden-based helmet, and I think Icon is America-based. Shoei, Bell, and Arai, mostly, right?
All of this like type of shop has no icon.
No Icon.
No icon in Japan.
Wow.
Not popular.
Not popular.
I like it, but not popular in Japan.
Huh. Some Bell MX helmets, man. Thing's sick. Beautiful, beautiful. Is that light?
Yeah.
Light helmet? Oh yeah, that's really light. What is this, like Shoei's race helmet? 71,000 yen. About $600, yeah? Okay, 620 bucks. Yeah, you get what you pay for though. Can't put a price on your head. I used to have a Shoei before I went to Bell, and I really did enjoy them. Here's HJC. Okay, here's some more brands that we recognize. HJC, Kubota. We don't recognize that. There's a Japanese only helmet. Dude, so many helmets. Holy shit. Shark, that's what it is. Shark, I recognize. Shark was big in Europe. A lot of Holland guys, a lot of Sweden guys, Finland guys, they had Shark. Zenith Have not heard of that. I think their bike market is so big too because the lane splitting is legal here. They're really good on gas, and you can get your license for a 125 fairly early on is what I'm getting from these guys. These are really cheap helmets. Like, oh my God, that's like concerningly cheap. 9,000 yen. This is about a $80 helmet. Yeah, this is like your built helmets in America, guys. Stop buying builts. And my Japanese guys, stop buying Zach. Who the hell's Zach? Some riding shoes. I don't recognize a single brand of these either. Look like Converse though. Might not be bad on the foot brake. I just am really anti boots for foot brake and stunting and stuff like that. Like something like this with a hardcore, not really flexible, because you can't really feel your brake when you're going to use it on a wheelie, or even if you're track riding, you need to be able to feel that brake. Here's all your rain gear for all you cross country boys. Wow, man. Jackets, rain gear, you name it, they got it here, man. What is that? Carbon fiber pig? For what? You don't have any idea what a carbon fiber pig's for? Oh, mosquito smoke. Oh, that's cool. That's a way to keep mosquitoes away from you. The carbon fiber pig. That makes sense. Hats, jackets, pants. Oh, man. Just a huge selection of stuff here, man. And safety stuff. This, I think, is the reason, speaking of safety stuff, that I don't know if we could have something this big in America, unfortunately, especially around the Chicagoland area. I think people would be stealing, man, especially with such expensive things like Brembas and just, you know, willy-nilly $600-700 helmets and so much stuff readily available just for you to grab off the shelves. I think that's why a big motorcycle parts store hasn't really worked, especially in inner cities. I hate to say it, but I think that's the reason. But who knows? I don't know, but Japan has a lot less people living in it, and they have a lot bigger stores. They have a lot lower crime rate, so that is about the only thing I can attest to, because America likes to privatize and corporatize everything, but this just has not happened in the US, at least to this scale. From the cycle gears I've been to and stuff, this shits on cycle gears, so they just have a lot of more of the high-end stuff. Like, here's my Roadster, man. I can come here and get a Roadster exhaust right off the shelf. Like, that's unheard of in the US. You can't do that, and you can put hands on it and you can feel it, and you can say, like, okay, this is what I actually want. You can't go in the US and take an Acropovic pipe right off the shelf. Like, it doesn't work, you know. A 232, this is a $2,000 pipe that I'm just holding. You can't do that in the US, man. I'm sorry, they won't let you. And there's no employees by me. Brake lines galore. You can come here and get whatever brake lines you want. It's nice, man. Super, super nice. Levers, all your clutch levers. No RSCs or elites or stunt levers in sight. Look at this, you can come right here, pick up a sprocket right off the shelf for your bike. For an NSR 250, you can come here and get your sprocket. Just wild, man. All these sprockets. Come here, get a 636 sprocket right off the shelf. Chains, front sprocket, rear sprocket. I recognize Sunstar. Get all your chains. Pretty expensive chains just sitting out too. DID, RK, you name it, it's here. All right, guys, I'm gonna head downstairs and grab some fresh air. Go check on the bikes really quick and grab something to drink. Get back to this vlog once we're riding again. I'll see you guys downstairs. Peace.
They got their classic Coke machine here too. They really like drinking out of the glass bottles, just like last night when I was at the other motorcycle shop. But this has like its own like little sponsored Coke corner. Definitely crazy, man. Pretty cool. Come in here, hang out, have a couple Cokes, cool off before you get back on the road from buying all your motorcycle parts. Call your wife, let her know that your credit just went to shit. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Whoa!
Oh! Well, that was wild to say the least, man. Pretty cool. Pretty jealous that they got stores like this all over Japan. Me and that French guy ended up actually having a really good conversation. This is the first time I got to have like a full-on English conversation with, I think, a little bit of sarcasm and everything in there. I have not been able to do any type of jokes, sarcasm, anything for over a week now. It's crazy because you got to think, man, the American language uses a lot of body language, innuendos, sarcasm, just a lot of different stuff. Because with these guys, I got to focus on like one solid word at a time, you know? Like if I'm talking about this bike, I'm 954, this, you know, like I have to be very specific. So it was nice to talk English with my buddy Louie for a little bit. The store manager came out, wanted to thank me too for doing a video on her store. Said, we don't have anything like this in the US, man. This is cool. Now I guess we're going to a military base, I think. I think that's what these guys had told me. On the 954. Let's do it. It's a little old Kawasaki 125, man. Cool. He's got a handbrake bracket on it too. Somebody actually makes handbrake brackets for those things. That's really cool. So crazy, man. Seeing misguided Chicago stunt life in Yokosuka like this is just wild. Wild, wild, wild. To think we're like 9,000 miles away from home and seeing a brand that we started from our studio apartment in Chicago. Like, it's just very, very, very wild. Surreal. And on top of that, I think the most surreal part of this is that, like Louis was saying back there, how the hell do you know these guys? And I'm just like, well, we do wheelies, and we never really met up until today. And he's like, and you just flew out here. Yeah, I knew I would be taken care of. MT down, baby. MT down, baby. That's what stunt cages are for, though. You took it like a champ. You took a tumble. Tumble. I was very thankful for my community. Very thankful to be a part of the stunt community. Outsiders looking in kind of don't even understand it, to be honest, and it is weird. Wheelies is a universal language. I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's a universal language, man. OG Grom. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Windy, windy, windy. Being right next to the ocean, you catch a lot of wind. Are you okay? You're okay? Good man. The next light will switch bikes, yeah. Lots of hand language too. Just for like one light. Just one. Let's see what we can do, man. 09. First time. What are we working with back here? Oh, okay. It's a pretty decent brake setup, man. Not overkill like everyone else. A 310 millimeter rotor, or like an 8 piston on an FZ, like just crazy. A bike with already a bunch of engine brake. See if we can step down to Ralph Louis, man. Podium. Beautiful, man. This bike's beautiful. Woo! We went through the red. These guys do not take red lights. Yeah, America, this light would have been taken, man. I don't think there's been a single car that goes through it, and everyone just like panic stopped at the yellow. I don't know. Oh, please don't let this be a Japanese motorcycle cop. Please don't let this be a Japanese motorcycle. Oh, thank God, it's just a scooter. That's what they look like, though. They have like white fairing up front like that. All right, back to doing wheelies. We can do wheelies, but we can't take a deserted intersection. Japan, man. Nice. Arigato. Thank you. Very good. Yes, very good. I like the 09 to 12. It's very nice. 09 to 12, man. It is a good year. It really is for the ZX6R. It's very smooth. Very refined bike. My guy's out here with that professional lens. Beautiful. Shoot. Can't stop, won't stop. Got some Dub CC shirts out here. I love that. West Coast Connection in Japan. I love it. American, let's go! Americans are that is not a Japanese thing. Like, they don't get psyched up and like go like, oh yeah! It's Americans. They're like, let's go! Down some reckless motherfuckers! I love it. Oh, they did tell me you were going by an American base. That guy did look like he's military, so that makes sense. Right on the water. Just want to thank Jesus, man, for times like this. It's 3 in the morning back in Chicago, and we're out here with a bunch of good old boys that don't speak a lick of English, and we're having the time of our lives. This wind is brutal, man. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up until we get away from the ocean. Like, sketchy brutal. Wow, look at all the boats and ferries out there. This is like fishing boats now. This is not so much shipping. We're like around a fishing area. Lots of small fishing boats. You can tell it's a little bit more rural here too. There's forests and mountains. I was told we'd be able to see Mount Fuji if it's clear enough, but I haven't seen it yet. The first intersection wheelies I've seen in Japan so far, besides the ones I did on like Thursday night. Atta boy. Atta boy. I guess it's kind of hard to not mention how like mint condition this 954 is, and I know you guys are probably sick of me saying this in these Tokyo videos already. I don't know if this is going to be one of the first or one of the last to come out, but my god, are these bikes in mint condition. Like, this has stock blinkers on the front and the back. Stock blinkers! The 2001, man, it's 2023. 22 years, and no one took off the blinkers on any of these sport bikes, these stock blinkers. In America, like, do you know how rare that is to find a 20-plus-year-old sport bike with, like, the stock fender and stock blinkers on it? Like, it is nuts. And these guys are, like, saying how this one's not really OEM because it has an aftermarket slip-on exhaust. Dude, what? It's 22 years old, and no one touched it besides that and a clutch lever? Come on. And some mirrors? Just craziness. Beautiful, man. This breeze coming off the ocean just feels amazing. Doesn't feel good enough for me to wheelie, but it does feel amazing. And the motor loves getting some cool air through it. It's 99 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it ain't blinking. I like the color of his bars and cages and sub cages. It looks good. Looks good. One of the only half helmets I've seen out here, man. It's pretty cool too. It's like a little bit of that American Brooklyn bike life style. Look at that. Let's go on the FZ. With the shiesty and the half helmet, man. He looks like he's out of America, but then you look at him and you look at the style and he's Japanese. We'll give it to him though. I truly don't know where we're going here, guys, but we are along for the ride, ain't we? We ain't got a choice. Ooh, a tunnel. Ooh, an inline 4. I'm being really careful on this thing, man. I can tell how much this bike means to the guy. He doesn't want me doing any burnouts, any stoppies, anything, I don't know, man. He said a couple wheelies are fine, so I'm going to be really respectful of him and not be hitting the limiter, doing rolling burnouts like how I want to on this thing. It is beautiful. Can't deny that. Driving on the left side of the road through the mountains of Japan. It's that American in me. It's that Chicago in me with lower whacker that when you're in the tunnel, man, make some noise. Pretty cool how we were arm wrestling each other in there. That was fucking awesome. Arm wrestling, playing pinball, drinking cokes, like not a lick of English being spoken, and just good times, good friends, man. Fucking awesome. There's one dude, I think it's the dude that's filming actually, that was in the Japanese self-defense force, and he was at a base, I think a couple months before I got there is what we figured. So I don't think we recognize each other, but he was at a base outside of Mount Fuji that I was at for a couple months back in my Marine Corps days. And yeah, he was in the Japanese self-defense force. And up until I think last year or maybe even early this year, Japan was police was only allowed to have a self-defense force. And with the growing threat from China that is brewing in this region right now, if you live under a rock, there's definitely a brewing threat. The US and I think the UN decided to lift some sanctions and let Japan start building a navy and military again to really defend itself, because the Japanese self-defense force, when we train with them, it's a very, very small group of guys, especially for the size of this country and the militaries that were around. And this is the first time that Japan will be building a military at all that is anywhat substantial since World War II, so over almost 100 years. So I think that's pretty interesting. It's definitely a crazy time we're living in, and you got to think of where Japan is, man. It's by Taiwan, it's by China, it's by South Korea, and there is definitely a growing amount of attention. Scary times, man. Scary times between Russia, North Korea, and China, and they all know what Japan is. Japan is a country that has a lot of American military bases on it. It is a functioning democracy, and it's right there. North Korea has launched a couple missiles right over Japan, landing a couple kilometers into the sea of Japan, barely missing land. It's real. So being around military bases in Japan, again, definitely a different time than when I was here on military bases in Japan. But my little military rant, man, sorry, I don't want to keep it too boring. That's the kind of stuff I'm into, though. I love military history just as much as I love country and city history. I love military history just as much, man. God, you could quiz me about just about any war that's World War II or World War I and up. Yeah, I know a little bit about it. Where are my history buffs? Let me see down in the comments. Look at my guy, he's got a misguided plate on his Grom. He's got a misguided plate on his Grom. Dude, what? My guy's going to Mini Monday, and he's got a misguided keychain. But what he really needs is a misguided front tire. How about any type of guided front tire? He needs a front tire, man. Dear God. Not a good front tire, my friend. No. I understand it's a 250, but you need that front brake. That thing's gonna wash out. Here's my guy from the Japanese Self-Defense Force. You can tell. He got me with the left hand. I got him with the right hand in arm wrestling. I got screws in my left hand, though, man, from stoppies. I know it's an excuse. Any excuses are like, but come on, man. Give me a break. Oh yeah, military base, Japanese military, Nagura Port. Lots of bikes out here. Z900, infamous bike here. Thing's scary. It's got a lot of power. It's like a fucking 1000. I wish it had an idle adjustment screw so I could rip some no handies on it. That would be fun. A couple. They just dig tunnels right under these hills around here, man. And Japan is super hilly. I remember that from when I was here, and we were doing stuff like land nav and shit like that, like how truly dense and thick these forests and jungles are around here, around Okinawa. It is no joke. I guess it is better to just blast a hole through them than to try to build bridges or roads over and up and down them. My guy just went down on the MT and he's back at it, man. Gotta love it. Torn hoodie and everything. I know he's probably got a couple bumps and bruises on him. He ain't letting it kill his day though. Police scooter, police station. These houses, man. So different. The cultures are just so different. Grab some grass. Konnichiwa. Okay. She didn't even look at me. Scooter's coming through. Police on the scooter. Did not wave back. He is not happy. He's not having a good time with me. Dude, this thing just wants to dive into a corner. It's race bike. Oh yeah, look at all the destroyers, man. The U.S. destroyers. Yep, we're in it now. Yokosuka, Yokohama. No ski park. Lines of people waiting for the bus. Bar 605. That looks like an American Interstate sign. Yep, you can tell. The Pentagon, House, Earth. Yeah, you can tell there's American flags. You can tell you're around a military base, man. An American military base. Honeybee Restaurant, American Diner. Yep, United States Navy Fleet Activities. Yokosuka, Japan. Man, I've been butchering all these city and streets names. I know, guys, I know. Military apartment and house for rent. English-speaking agent. Up the MPs. There's the MPs. What's up, brother? Yep, there's how you get on base. And we're wheeling right outside of base. Holy shit. International school. Let's go, baby! There's American military! Oh, they're in their PT shorts! Oh. This is fucking wild! Domino's Pizza. Look at my boys just putting on for the American military. We run this ship. These are our streets. Yeah, he screwed up his helmet pretty bad, man. Look at all the scuffs on that on the front. Thank God he was wearing one. Sweet, man. All right, I guess we're going to the port, guys. Check it out. A World War II Japanese ship, man. Wild. Decommissioned, you can get on it. That is a battleship, man. That is a true battleship from back in World War II. Wild. This is crazy. So this is the battleship USS, all the old decommissioned guns. And like we were talking about before of Japan being in a pretty crazy place, this is the first time that they're rebuilding a Navy since technology was like this. Pretty crazy to think about. Right outside the US Navy base. You can see the barracks out there. That's where the Navy is. And Muse and different boats come in and out of there. Aircraft carriers, destroyers, you name it. Pretty wild, man. Piece of history right here. Pretty crazy to think about too. My grandpa fought in the Pacific on a ship and was at the Battle of Midway. And I don't know if this ship was there or not, but it's pretty crazy to think about that. Here I am with maybe grandkids of theirs here now. And we're all doing wheelies and just pretty crazy to think about. Let's just leave it at that.
Captain's quarters. Captain. Oh man, guys, I'm full. Just went and grabbed a little bit of taco rice in the Yokosuka port market. Lots of American military still out and about, as it is off-duty time now. We checked out the ship. Quite a few things, man. Checked out the NAPS, the biggest motorcycle parts store in Japan, maybe the world. I don't know. I think the world might be right there. What a fun time we're having out here. Back to the street, like Back to the Future. Turn this beast back on. This thing is a beast. It is a very torquey bike, very touchy. Oh man, sun's going down, fellas. Sun is going down, and I think the sun is actually going down. And as the sun literally goes down, figuratively, the sun is going down on my Tokyo/Japan trip as well. As tomorrow I go home. It's been a long week, been a fun week. Man, has it been a fun week. Definitely one of the top international trips I think I've ever been on in my life. Actually being embraced by locals here in Japan, shown so much of the culture that is normally underground. It's just something I don't think I'll ever forget. Toys R Us, still in business here in Japan. They got a BMX park here. Wow. All right, guys, you know what to do. If you enjoy these trips, consider joining my Patreon, as it is truly the lifeblood behind this channel at this point. You get entered into all my giveaways, a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, one-on-one conversations, just a lot of good stuff. This past month, we just gave away a Grom. Who knows what the hell we're giving away next? But you guys already know that. Link is down in the description. Leave down in the comments what is your favorite part of this trip and or just this video. And if you guys like the video, give it a like. It's the fastest, easiest, and freest way to support me. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Konnichiwa! Hello! But as always, guys, this is your least favorite motovlogger, Brian636, telling you, embrace life, enjoy now, and tell others how much they mean to you, and how much fun you're actually having, and what these people are doing for you, you're appreciative of. As always, guys, your least favorite motovlogger, signing out from Japan. I love you guys. Peace!